LaMarcus Aldridge has retired. LMA is gone. And it's kind of sad to see. He said he last played his last NBA game on April 10th, and he was dealing with an irregular heartbeat, and that was the scariest night. So, Brooklyn Nets signee, who recently was signed, LaMarcus Aldridge, is retiring from the NBA due to an irregular heartbeat, he said on social media Thursday. Aldridge, a 7-time All-Star, signed with the Nets in March to make a title push late in his career. He played his last game on April 10th. Quote from Aldridge. Though I'm better now, what I felt with my heart that night was still one of the scariest things I've experienced. End quote. For the season, he was averaging 13.5 points and 4.5 rebounds per game. So before we talk about the Brooklyn Nets, I just want to talk about LaMarcus Aldridge. I want to hear down below, what do you guys remember him as? What will you? I will remember him as a Portland Trailblazer and a San Antonio Spurs. Really more Trailblazer than a Spurs. And I think that it was cool. It was really cool because I think what we were able to see for him, he was a guy who not only was a 7-time All-Star, was a 2-time All-NBA second team, and a 3-time All-NBA third team. I really do believe he is going to be a Hall of Fame player, maybe not first ballot, but a few years down the road, he'll definitely get in. He was a guy who had, let me count these out. So there's 3 right there, 4, 5, 6, 7 20 plus scoring years, and he was doing this scoring 20 plus before 2013-2014, which was a lot more impressive because now everyone scores 20 points. Back then I think it was less than 10 people were scoring 20 plus points. So he was a great scorer, and he was one of the first guys, I really want to say, who was from the past generation to embrace the 3-point. We started seeing LaMarcus Aldridge, I feel like even before Marcus Gasol did, start shooting 3-pointers and embracing it. He shot 41% one year for San Antonio, and he was always a decent threat from 3-point land for them. It's a shame that he never won a ring. You could say his best run in the playoffs were with San Antonio in 2017, and before that maybe 2014 with Portland was his best series, where he averaged 26 points per night. And basically every time he was in the playoffs, he was just a menace, and he really took his game to a whole nother level. I think definitely he's going to be missed. He's a guy who's won Western Conference Player of the Week 10 times, and he's won Western Conference Player of the Month once. Won 5 awards in college. So great for him. And sucks that he's like gone. So in 2007, Aldridge was diagnosed with Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome, which is a heart alignment. He missed the rest of the 06-07 season in order to monitor the problem and correct it. Prior to 2011-2012, Aldridge underwent surgery to correct complications associated with this heart condition. And it's probably related to that heart condition, this irregular heartbeat. So that sucks. I didn't mean to hit that. Now, the Nets are fine. The Nets really, LaMarcus Aldridge wasn't going to give them that much of a boost that they already had. So now that we see this, I think what we're gonna continue seeing the lineups with Elijah Johnson, Nicholas Claxton, Timothy Luwawu, Cabarrot, and Bruce Brown Jr. off the bench. Basically, they're gonna have a 9-man rotation, and once James Harden comes back, then Shamet will move back to the bench, and so will Jeff Green when Kevin Durant comes back, and I'll make it an 11-man rotation. We probably won't see it Eliza as much, and maybe Timothy Luwawu not as much. I think Nicholas Claxton's just going to take up the position that we thought LaMarcus was going to do. And Blake Griffin is going to come back too, so it seems going to be fine.